Alrighty, I asked him. We'll see what he says. Alright.
I want answers, Watchman. How did the Storm Legion overtake us so quickly?
They knew of the secret tunnels, Lord Protector. They overran us before we could
Alright,
react.
so this first little thing is kind of like a gauntlet. They're going to tear down 4 doors. We're going to have like 4 packs of mobs to destroy.
Arriving when our need is greatest.
It's at this point that I have
It may be the only weapon that evens the odds against the Storm Legion. I'll reinforce out
a
front.
little bit of problem.
If the Storm Legion are so eager to die for the glory of Edior, I shall not keep them waiting.
Just because some of these guys are like up to 54 already, and so they're doing so much more threat than I will be.
The assault frame is still powering up, but you can paint targets for its weapons if you use the target.
This is new. You can see that I have a shield on here. No, not everything's going to change on the vanilla Talara because of like Cataclysm did with WoW. There's some new abilities here that I haven't put into my macros yet because I'm not exactly sure how they're going to work out, so you'll see me click them. These are, I just trade these. Dire Corruption is an AE that does damage based on points. It's a 3,000 damage. And then there's a Cyclone, which is a builder, and does a lot of melee. I'm sorry, it's a threat generator. So it's probably something I should stick first on my macro. It's got a 5-second cooldown and use that to build AE threat with. I don't have that bound to a key. Now I do. Where are they at? Oh, there they are. That guy behind me, he's a mage. He's doing a little cyclone ability himself. It's called like Blade Storm. That's interruptible. Problem is later on there'll be attacks. Oh hey, who brought these guys over? That's not a big deal. Yeah, it's not a bad deal. I'm contemplating on whether or not I'm going to drop it or not. I probably will. Okay, so that is the beginning of this thing. It's kind of just like an event.
The ceiling is coming down!
So it's $10 a month to get the game and the expansion for free. Alright, this Cyclone comes and he possesses the defense thing. Now I'm going to get a debuff. That the mage can cleanse off me. Or it might be the cleric. Dominex. Now see, if there's another warrior, they can interrupt that, and it does massive damage to them. And they didn't do it. I'm not getting heals. That's kind of curious. Now, he needs to break line of sight. He didn't break line of sight, so he got dead. Now I can interrupt. There we go, see? It didn't get his decimate off. And it does a lot of damage to him. And it tells you, for these guys, like, interrupt decimator to increase your party's damage. There, see, got it off. This fight is a lot on the tank. See, he didn't break line of sight either. Okay. This guy we fight on this platform.
Ascended! Lure Dominex over the capture pad. When he's weakened, use the capture device to contain him.
Now, after this guy gets this capture device will start to sparkle when he gets to about 30%. And at that point, he'll turn into... No, I'm not trying to use soul yet. We'll use the capture device. It'll turn him into a crystal. I'll pick the crystal up and I'll run it.
Hurry, pick
over
up the
here.
crystal and throw it into the forge.
Oh, it's 40%. Okay, 40%.
Dominex cannot be contained for long.
You come up here, you step in this spot, you throw his ass into the forge, and he burns up. And Dominex
Quickly, Ascendant. We
is
need to
done.
downstairs.
More armor, more strength, more dexterity, a little bit less endurance, a little bit less block. It's not bad. I'm going to need it. There we go. That's the first boss. It's on the website. If you want to wait a little bit, I will show it to everybody. Okay, so this guy is an executioner. They just changed the color of these guys to make them purple. At a certain point, he's going to lay down a red slice of pie in front of him, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when he does it. Right there, and you just got to stand out of it. And then he does it right there, and you move back. Hey, Tweak. Thanks for stopping by. Did you get done with that homework? Okay. Over here, these guys, this is a sorceress. She does an ability too. It's interruptible. It's called Blade of Storms. It's not very difficult. Actually, she might even get it out. They're doing so much damage. Razorwind, I'm sorry. There. Interrupt Razorwind, she's done. They jump down? Yeah, okay. You can jump down, avoid that pact. Alright. This guy has a nifty little mechanic. You have to duel him at the end of the fight. It's pretty cool. It's different. Always like it when they're adding new and interesting mechanics. It's not difficult. So no worries there. There's going to be a couple sights flying around the room, which would be of note, but there's not anything I can do about them. This guy is really just tank and spank. If you notice, he doesn't have a thing at the end of his name. At about 40%, he will drop a dueling banner. See, there goes the scythe right there. It's spinning around. Does AoE damage. You can see my dots are hitting that and causing damage to it, but I don't know if they can actually die. And I can tell you it's not worth your time to bother, because they're not doing that much damage. They're more like a nuisance. Keep building threat. I got a heroic boon. 45%. He should be dropping his banner soon. There he goes. I'm doing him. You'll see his cast bar. Brutal Strike interrupted it. That's it. That is it. It's kind of weak because it ignores the global cooldown. So you just gotta immune to pet damage right now. That's interesting. Brutal Strike again. He'll get to a certain point and it'll give me another additional ability. He does Subjugation, okay, and I got Subjugation Resist. So I just keep resisting Subjugation. Interrupt Brutal Strike. Interrupt Brutal Strike. Interrupt Brutal Strike. We win. And that was General Grimm. They apparently managed to pull a sorceress. Why? Alright, hit you with the commercial between bosses.
Hurry! To the door!
Alright, so this next boss is not very difficult either. He has two different types of AoEs. The first type of AoE you actually want to stand in. You have to stand in. It actually knocks you back, and then you have to go back into the AoE. If you don't, you'll freeze to death and die. Also, you fighting close to... I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Increases your damage. Okay, so... he knocks us back. Want to get back into him. for the first AoE. Then he does another one where he runs to the middle of the room, so it's clearly different from the other one. It's not, you don't have to worry about getting confused. Okay. This is called Frostbound. Right, Frostbound, if you don't get back close to him, you will freeze and you will die. Right, the next one, you know, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, I'll read it out for you when it comes, but it's clearly something different, because he moves to the middle of the room. There, he's going to do it now. And when he does that, you want to go to hide. It's Winter's Fury, okay? And what he's going to do is he's going to have a lime... He doesn't have it on somebody here, but he has a beam on somebody, and he destroyed that pillar. And then now you just rinse and repeat. It's totally after the current leveling content from what I've seen. So, if you don't have good DPS, or if people die, you'll eventually run out of pillars, because these pillars, you know, get destroyed. I tried to two-man this with somebody the other day, just me and the healer, and that's what prevented us from doing it. Eventually all the pillars were destroyed. He just died because he didn't get out of the way. So, I've played DPS before. Don't have sympathy for dumb DPSs that skill. By the way, you'll also notice that I'm a Bommy, which is a member of the Defiant, and that guy that just got himself killed is a Dwarf, which is a member of the Guardian faction. You could now be in the same guilds, you can be in the same groups. You can do just about anything, but I don't think you can go into one of those capital cities. The lore behind it is that, you know, Krusha's forces are much more, you know, something for us to worry about than our petty squabbles as Ascendant. The real part about that is it helps the player base. You know, it gives you more people to play with. Tanking's not hard in these 5-mans. There are some fights that can be difficult, but this isn't one of them. Alright. I want to check my fraps folder and make sure that... Where is this stuff been saved to? Okay. It's getting saved. And I got plenty of room. Alright. I'm going to splice this together into about a 5-minute video for later on and just do it as a guide / walkthrough of this dungeon. Yes, this game does have a mobile authenticator. It also has a really interesting little thing called Rift Mobile that allows you to talk with all your guild members in guild chat when... No, don't get yourself killed like this, guys. I'm a fan of Rift, I really am. For me, it's just getting a group of people, I guess, to play it. There are a lot of guilds out there. I've got friends that play, so I'm stuck on a bad server. Not a bad server. I'm stuck on an Oceanic server at the moment from the Extra Life event, so I gotta wait another week before I get on a server with my friends on my real. Hey, Wyatt, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. You're on the Oceanic server? Well, you're Australian, aren't you? And this is when shit gets real for these guys.
Check her off.
Check on Rolf.
You
will answer for this treachery.
Crucia could free herself at any time.
It's like,
She
oh,
has been awaiting your arrival.
it's like, oh, you're a weenie.
Now that I have gathered you here, I shall crush you all. Starting with you, Nerval.
Nervo. Look at that. Crucia is actually under the ice right now still, by the way. She's been here for a lot. Oh, by the way, he's now huge.
No matter what form you take, check her off. You'll never be man enough to kill me. You must not give up, Ascended, even as Crucia's legions descend upon you. You are Thedior's hammer. The more of these cowards who defeat, the
Kick him in the
more
nads. I will try.
you shall become. Thedior cannot save you now.
Okay, so this is like a two-part thing. There's an event, which are killing these blackguards. And it looks difficult at first, but it actually, you get to start picking up these beams, and they let you to instantly kill all these guys. So it's not as difficult as it looks at first. This game has a lot of events too. They're kind of repetitive to an extent. I mean, you gain flavor items. They have to do with the seasons, but they do a lot of them. So I give them credit for that. They try. They have a lot of patches that have added content. Nothing that's added really a 5-man. Oh, I take that back. They did add some 5-man since release. They did one that was actually split into 5-mans. Caduceus Rise, I think it was called. And that had 2 different 5-mans. My little brother, I could never get him to play Rift, and his answer was there's too many spell effects. It's like, you do know that you can turn the spell effects down. He's like, yeah, I guess. I'm like, alrighty. Some of the raid rifts when they first came out, like fire was just ridiculous when it first came out. Okay, so now we get this ability, Ascended Wrath. Unleash an area effect that just kills these guys. Now they're dead. And when someone else does it, I think it charged you up with it. So, okay, now the event's over, pretty much. Well, it's not, but I mean, they can't get a word in edgewise before they die, so there we go, you're all dead. The Ascended Wrath. And once the event's completely over, we'll get a treasure chest. I really, this is just ridiculous at the end. I don't know if this is the way it's really supposed to be, or if something's just not right. And free chest. There you go. You were always weak, Nerval. He killed him.
I will ensure you are forgotten in the pages of history. That just leaves the matter of you.
RiftUI.com.
I could easily bury you under an onslaught of Black Storm. I can't resist the urge to kill you myself.
Hello, headsets. Alright, headset died there for a second. Okay, so this guy's got a couple different little things going on. He will do an ability that I need to interrupt. In addition to that, it's called Flash Freeze, which I just did. He will also cast out a blade, and that blade has about 20,000 hit points, and it will go around and it will do damage to people. A Storm Blade. Alright, Flash Freeze interrupted. That's the big thing. Just make sure that the Flash Freeze doesn't get off on you, and you're alright. This Foul Wind isn't even too bad. I mean, I don't think it took a single hit point of damage, but... Alright, these orbs... You're supposed to grab these orbs. Not 100% sure what they did. I just know that people grabbed them. I think they healed you. Might make you immune to the Flash Freeze. And hi, Jared. Sorry I didn't say anything. Just kind of a little busy phone with this. There's a Flash Freeze. It's done. Ah, okay. If you don't interrupt that Flash Freeze, it'll put you in for a bad day. And this... Oh, hold on. There's Crucia.
As my prison falls, so does the lore that protects Talara from my brother, Regulus. Now, you must choose. Join me and enforce my dominion over all creation. Or be devoured by death. Of course, I already know what your answer will be.